The 9, you might have heard that some reports say that parents are finding mold inside their children's Sophie the giraffe teething toy. Now, this is what Sophie looks like. It's a very popular baby gift. Runs about $25. Parents say they began to detect a musty smell, and then some of them cut their giraffes open to find it filled with mold. Now, some people are reaching out to us here at KTVU, giving us pictures of what they found when they dissected Sophie.
Well, Emma Harris, for example, sent us this picture saying Sophie was clean, and it's been a few years since they've had her, and they say Sophie has been through the ringer. Now, another Twitter user says, Sophie, in your defense, we have had the toy for 4 years, and there is no water and no mold.
But it's not just the Sophie the giraffe that this could happen to. Most plastic toys or toys with holes could be at risk for mold depending on how you clean and treat them.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that your child could be affected. For more on this, we're joined this morning again by Dr. Misra, Medical Director with U.S. HealthWorks. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Cam.
A very hot topic. I saw the hashtag scaremongering. Do you think there is a bit of an irrational fear over mold because of what one woman posted on the internet?
I understand the fear. For those of us who have children, I do. In fact, my daughter has Sophie. I understand that concern. I should say that black mold in general is not all that dangerous. Most of them are not, in fact, dangerous. So I understand where the fear comes from because it sounds scary and it doesn't look nice. But that's not to say that we should be that worried about it. Most of it's okay, actually. It's not something we need to. The fear-mongering component of it, I understand where it comes from because we're all protective of our children. I understand that.
And what are the ways to make sure this mold doesn't build up, whether it's inside your Sophie toy or inside sippy cups that we were talking about?
Sure, yeah.
How do you prevent this kind of mold from building up?
Well, a prerequisite of mold being made at all is moisture. So anywhere moisture can be sequestered, that's why they say not to submerge it, because you could sequester water in it. And in those instances where black mold was found, I think that's what really was happening, whether it was cleaned or it was saliva from the baby. I think what was happening was that moisture got consolidated inside there, and that resulted in a way with which fungus could be cultivated.
Have you cut your Sophie open? Do you plan on taking it away from your baby girl, or what's your...
No, not at all. I don't plan on taking it. I think it's okay, and it's not a problem.
Okay.
In that sense.
Well, you mentioned that black mold, and yes, it looks horrific, but you're saying that it's actually not going to hurt my baby, perhaps unless he or she is allergic to black mold. Could that be an extra step?
So the fact that it isn't itself all that dangerous is something we should be known and stated clearly. I want to make a point of that. But there are symptoms that one should look out for. So if a person is coughing a lot, if a person has sneezing, red eyes, look, then I think you should be evaluated. If symptoms start to come about, don't ignore them. I mean, but that doesn't happen very often. And the truth is that unless until those things happen, we shouldn't be that worried about it. As long as we do these proper hygienic precautions, which is, again, the soapy damp cloth to clean it.
Yeah, talk more about the best way to clean
what should we have been doing while our children
all
are
this
very
time?
young?
Because I have a Sophie somewhere hidden away in my house somewhere. I should go find it and cut it open, as a matter of fact. But what should parents be doing? What's the proper way to clean Sophie?
A damp cloth, preferably with soapy water, that you can give a good rub down onto it and just kind of try to clear it as best as you can. Do not submerge it. Again, this will infiltrate those pores wherein water could then get sequestered.
And don't run it under water in the sink either?
Yeah. Okay. Immersion and submersion are not good ideas for Sophie or toys like that.
Okay, you're helping us calm fears about Sophie Gate, Dr.
Don't
Misra.
panic, though,
Thank you so much. Don't panic. If he's letting his little girl keep Sophie, I think we should be okay.
Okay.
Dr. Misra,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Coming up here at Mornings on 2.